Meet Sunny Joy McMillan. How are you, Sunny?
I'm doing well.
Your book, Unhitched, Unlock Your Courage and Clarity and Unstick Your Bad Marriage. Let's tell people about it.
Well, this book was actually written for women who have spent years creating lives that are very comfortable. Some of them may look actually perfect from the outside, but they hide a very unhappy or unfulfilling marriage behind it. In my own situation, I had this very beautiful life from the outside. And I was married to a very good man, but we had the most high conflict marriage that I don't think many people knew about. And so you face this situation where it's really scary to step into a future full of unknowns when you have a comfortable but tolerable life. So it's about making those tough decisions, getting clear about them, and then also being able to embrace an even brighter future than you can imagine when you do take that leap, as I did.
It's such a powerful story. And this is the thing I think is so hard when it's just barely tolerable. Mm-hmm. Like if it's miserable, like if your ex-husband or somebody has an ex-husband right now who's a drug addict or what, you had 3 categories. What were they?
Yeah, the categories, so I was raised pretty conservative and you only had 3 outs in a marriage: adultery, addiction, or abuse. And
you didn't have any of them?
No, I didn't. And so that leaves a lot of people thinking, well, I should probably just stay for any variety of reasons.
Did you get this one? Like, you made your bed, now lie in it?
Yeah, in various versions, yes.
Yeah.
You made vows in front of whatever the higher power of your understanding is and your friends and family, so you better stick to it. So
yeah, all really hard stuff to get through. So I'm going to ask you a question from Janet, and I actually don't know your answer to this one, so we'll find out. Janet's in California. She says, how much did the book you wrote differ from the original thought of what you thought you were going to write?
Okay, I love this question. Thank you, Janet. And this is actually what I was hoping to be asked, because this is what makes the author incubator so awesome. I came to the table with 2 ideas that I was pretty tied to one of them, at least one of the 2. And I presented them to Angela, and she said, I don't think either one of those is it. Follow my process and let's see what comes out, the book that wants to be written. And it was always inside. But it was an area that I was really afraid to go into, which is, I think, why it wasn't on the table to begin with. And through Angela's process, what needed to be written is exactly where I needed to go with my work in this book. So yeah, I think it could be different for everyone, but for me, it was an organic process to get where I finished.
Yeah, I would say about 80% of the time people write a different book than they thought they were going to write. But it's always the book that's supposed to be written.
Exactly.
That's the magic of the process. You're a coach.
I am.
You've been a coach for how long?
Well, I was an attorney not too long ago, but my former life was as an attorney. I've been a coach since 2014.
And are you a master coach too?
I am a master life coach, yeah.
Okay. So Mary is asking, how does a book make money? Let's talk about, as a coach, how do you plan to use this book as part of a larger business?
Well, the really cool thing is, as a coach, I was really resistant to niching down into a particular area, and I resisted it for several years. And things really I didn't have a lot of ease in my business. The coolest thing about doing this book is, as you are creating the content, you are creating a matching program that you can present to people. And instead of entering a coaching session going, what the heck am I going to talk about with them today? You have a very delineated process that develops as you write the book. And so I am helping clients now with a very clear process that I know works, because this is what I used in my own life, with a lot of stumbles that my readers will not have to go through, because I've distilled it down to the best parts. But it makes it so easy in your work, because now you have content in your program that matches the content in your book, and you automatically are able to help clients from 2 fronts in that regard.
I love it. Let's actually do some of the work right now.
Oh gosh.
It'll be super fun.
Okay.
I want you guys listening to see if you might be a good fit to work with Sunny. So what is the problem that you help people solve? Somebody reads your book and they may want to work with you as their coach. What's the problem you help them solve?
Well, so you're in a marriage that is unhappy, unfulfilling, bad, and you need to make that decision. Should I stay or should I go? And so the process helps you get clear about that decision. And I'll just, spoiler alert, unsticking a bad marriage doesn't necessarily mean divorce. And that's the cool thing about the program or the tools that are there. But once you decide what you want to do, you now will be able to have the courage to make the tough decisions and embrace a future that you create that is better than anything. Well, mine turned out better than I could have imagined. Never knew I'd be standing on this stage doing this because of my story. But yeah.
Okay, so they could read your book, and they can learn how to do that on their own.
Yep.
Or they can come do it with you holding their hand through the book. How long does that take?
8 weeks. Yeah.
So at the end of the 8 weeks, they will have clarity. They will have a plan for how to move forward.
Yeah.
Will they be divorced?
I have yet to know anyone who is able to get divorced in
good.
8 weeks, so probably not.
So, like, this is what's so magical about it is, like, you will know what you're going to do. Nothing needs to dramatically change to get clear and to feel better. Most people think, I thought this. Maybe I'm just showing my ignorance when I went through a divorce, but I thought, once I'm divorced, I'll feel better.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. And that's the thing is that for me, several years post-divorce, the grief set in. I was so fueled by anger that I ran out the door and didn't look back. And then several years post-divorce, now that I have this amazing relationship with my ex-husband, all of the feels came through and I didn't know what to do with them. So yeah, I find in the process, it's really nice to allow it to progress. Most people just want to get in and get out of their divorce.
I just want it over.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that if you really walk through it, the healing can occur as you're going through it. And it can be actually way less devastating and way more of a catalyst for the biggest, most awesome changes in your life that can occur.
Do you see how powerful that is? So, Mary, you're saying, how does a book make money? The great news is hundreds or thousands of people will read Sunny's book in 2018. It will hopefully make all of her readers' lives magnificent. But a few of them that are going through this each month will reach out to her and say, I need to know how to feel better now. I don't want to take the route that you took, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, do it fast, feel bad later. Like, I want to do it the right way, and I want to do it with support from someone who's been there. So, Mary, if you're a coach, this is just one example of how a book can help you make money and change so many lives in the process.
Yep.
All right, thanks. You did good. Who knew you were going to have to do that on the spot? Let me show everybody your book. Here it is, Sunny Joy McMillan, Unhitched, Unlock Your Courage and Clarity, and Unstick Your Bad Marriage. Great job.
Thanks,
Sunny.